I am here at Bauma 2013, and whether it's Caterpillar customers, Cat dealers, or the technology solutions showcased all around me here, they truly are what sets us apart from our competition. I had a chance to sit down with Caterpillar's chairman and CEO, Doug Oberhelman, today, and we talked all about it. You've been here almost 2 days now, Doug. What's your impression of the show?
Well, I am here at Bauma, and every one of these shows I go to, no matter where in the world, it's a way to recharge, rejuvenate. I meet a lot of customers. I see our products. I see what our people have done for design, for innovation, and it really makes you feel proud of our company. And this is kind of where it all comes together, because you got customers here that like us and you have customers here that don't like us. And you get to talk to them all, and you get to see products that are the best in the industry, services. I've met with dealers. It's just really a fun time for me.
Technology, innovation, big themes of this show. What is the technology that most excites you?
I think the thing that is really finally setting us apart and is really starting to show through is the technology around the machine. Everything from grade control on the blade to condition monitoring to really knowing what's wrong with that machine before it fails, and it's really starting to come forward. I've talked to dealers here that are starting to talk about that. They're investing in that. We were in Utah last week at Wheeler Machinery. They showed us a brand new center where they can monitor their fleet. Fantastic things are coming, and really what happens is we have the best designers in the world, but it takes a lot to design out 2, 3, 4, 5%. With a lot of this technology, we can take 20% out overnight. So it's exciting. We've got to learn how to sell it. We've got to learn how to produce it. We've got to teach our dealers along with us how best to promote it. But there's a pull for this in the marketplace, and we're out in front. We're in great shape.
And while we're talking technology, let me throw this. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about what's behind you, the 336 Hybrid. Loving that product, that technology?
The Hybrid's behind me, brand new. We've had all kinds of questions. I stood there this morning at the show when I got here and just watched the crowd build around the Hybrid excavator. And it's something to be very, very proud of, because it's the only one with that technology. There's a lot of claims to be hybrid. We're it. And it's a great thing to watch. And I think as people learn what we have there, what it can do, how it changes fuel consumption, changes carbon footprint, we're going to see a pretty hot product on that one. I'm very proud of that, and I'm very proud of that team.
We're here in Europe, uncertainty in the European economy, but there has to be some bright spots. What are they?
I came here really expecting doom and gloom. And it seems like right now, everywhere I go in the world, it's doom and gloom. And even in China, where I was a couple of weeks ago, it wasn't doom and gloom. There were good stories. I expected not so good stories here in Europe, and guess what? Everybody I talk to has a story, and it's generally a good story. I just met with our Greek dealer, the most optimistic guy on the planet, even in Greece. I just met with our Icelandic dealer, who hadn't sold a machine in 4 years. He just sold 7. And his point to me was, we forgot how to take an order because it had been so long, and we were laughing about this. So granted, 7 is not very much, but it's sure a lot better than 0 for 4 straight years. So I was encouraged with that. And while there's lots of bad news in the press and the world today, and there are challenges, generally we will all get through this. Generally things will recover. Generally we'll be fine. It's how we get there and how we act in the meantime, I guess, is the message one of the messages I'm taking away.
You mentioned earlier you get to meet with customers. You just talked about dealers, so I know you've met with customers since you've been here. What are you hearing? Good, bad, ugly, all of it?
I've met with lots of customers, and I haven't heard much ugly. I had a great discussion last night with a German customer, a long-time German company, founded back in the middle 1800s, private company, still owned by the family, heartwarming story, and he'll tell you that Caterpillar is what made him great. And he's buying machines. He's buying dozens of machines here at Bauma, and I feel good about that. Some of the others, you know, it's a challenge, and we ought to take them on. I met with a big dredging company yesterday from Belgium. And they dredge all over the world, massive vessels, massive dredging equipment, massive excavation. and they're not too happy with us. And it was a great conversation. The reason they're not too happy with us is it's a product shortage, not a shortage, but it's a product limit that we have in one of our product lines. And we just haven't been as responsive, in his mind, rightly so, as probably Liebherr and Hitachi have. So there was a challenge. I took a few notes, and we'll try to work on that as we go forward. But generally, the news has been better than I expected, and people have good stories. And I think that's really refreshing, and it just means we've got to find a way to get through these tough times, and we will.
Anything that sets those European customers apart from the other customers you meet around the world?
Well, I've thought about the different varying customer groups that I meet with around the world. I was just in China, everybody knows, I met with a big customer. There's several here. And it's when you get right down to it, it's hard to know, to really differentiate the different. Everybody's different. A German's different from a Swiss, is different from a Chinese, is different from a Turk. But when it gets right down to it, they want their company to succeed. They want to make money. They want to provide wealth for their owners, their families. Not any different than Caterpillar. So what I really think it is we've just got to do the best we can to make sure our customers win with us better than anybody else. And I don't think it matters anywhere on the planet. We do that, we win, we'll succeed.
And then finally, how important is Europe? Again, back to that. How important is Europe to Caterpillar?
Europe has been, boy, really our first, I guess, home away from home. Our first plant was in England, not that England is officially Europe, but certainly part of it. Belgium was an early plant, France was an early plant. So it's critical. It's half the trade of the world between the U.S. and Europe. It's hugely important to all of us. We've got 26,000 employees in Europe. We've got great dealers in Europe. We've got all kinds of investments. European Hydraulic Excavator Design Center is here. It's absolutely critical for us. So it's something we watch closely, and it's a thrill to be here and meet so many great, all of our dealers here are outstanding. Right now we've got a great group of dealers, and the customer groups I've met with have been really refreshing, and like I say, have recharged my batteries a little bit, even though I'm off on my hours due to jet lag.
All right, that's it. Thank you, Doug, very much.